Hi, David.
Hello, Jackie. Welcome back. How was your trip?
Oh, it was wonderful. Yeah. Have you ever been to Normandy?
I have not.
It's lovely. It's Normandy and Brittany are just two beautiful parts of France and the flowers and just the charming villages. It's just amazing. And I finally got to Mont Saint-Michel and I got to see the battlefields where my dad landed in D-Day. And yeah, yeah, it was really lovely. Very
Fantastic.
I I'm finding it tiring, and I didn't sort of bounce back as quickly as as I usually do from the jet lag. It's taken me a while, but anyway, yeah, it was good. So
Good.
tonight, yeah, the development officer that we've been dealing with at Ryerson emailed me about 2 weeks ago and said he was leaving and going to U of T, but he connected me with his replacement. So normally they come as well, and I introduce them, and they introduce the students. Well, she says I can't come because there's a special occasion at a volunteer appreciation evening, and I can't come. But she says I've reminded the student to come. So I have no way of contacting the student. So I just hope she shows up. But she doesn't, we'll just, I'll just say a few words about the award and then we can maybe show Tom's speech. It's quite interesting. Did you see it?
I only watched the first bit of it just to make
Yeah,
sure it was running properly.
yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah. Hi, Walter.
Hey,
Hi,
Walter.
how's everybody?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Uh,
wish it would warm up here.
are you in Florida, David?
No, no, no. I'm here in Toronto. I've been here
Oh, okay.
since the beginning of May,
Okay, good.
and
So
it's
you're back then.
yeah. I'm back. I'm back for the summer. Other than
Okay.
my travels this summer, I'm here.
And you're going to where? Turkey?
Where am I not going? I am going to Prague, Vienna, and Budapest, and then I'm going over to Italy, and I'm in Italy for a couple days, and then I'm getting a cruise for 10 days, and then flying home. So I'm gone for about 25 days.
Oh, and that's in July, is it?
Yeah, mid July 19th to the 10th of August.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Right. Are you going on when you said Prague and Budapest, are you going on a riverboat cruise or are you just,
No, we are doing that's a land piece that we're doing ourselves. We're doing trains and such,
hmm
flying into Prague, and then we're gonna do trains from there, and then we have a celebrity cruise on the July 31st out of Ravenna,
hmm
and that'll take us along the Croatian coast and then into the Amalfi coast and on the Italy side, and then end up in Rome.
Good.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
And
Uh,
how did the farmers market go on Sunday?
Hasn't started yet. Doesn't start till the 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're there for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hope it
Okay.
goes well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the farmers market. Yeah. It's
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed. I think everyone reads the Post. Do they not? The last post, the one that's dated May 2026, that's got the two ladies on. Maybe you can't see it. Oh, this one. I've got my background on. Let me turn my background off. Da, da, da. Background. They've changed everything on me now. I don't know where I can't find it here. Anyway, on the third page in, they have. I shouldn't have my background. It's all matching up. Anyway, I put it in front of me. You see the farmers market at the
yeah.
bottom?
Yeah.
It's got Rotary Toronto England on it,
good.
right there.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So I assume it's in all the posts.
hmm
Good.
Maria, hello.
Hi, how are everybody?
Oh, hello, Maria. How are you?
I'm
Maria,
fine. How are you?
how
Good.
many how many people showed up for your luncheon that day that we had it?
Did we have?
Yeah, it was. What day was it supposed to be?
I don't think it was ever announced to the
Oh,
order.
yes. Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Of
No,
course,
it is later.
of
It
course
has
it
not been
was.
yet.
Oh, it hasn't been yet. You're right, right. May the
Yeah,
27th is at Maria's church. Okay, great.
exactly. It's 27.
The
It's
27th, yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm. And
Hi,
so
Bill. You're ready to do the reflection?
Your microphone, Bill.
Yeah.
Great, great. And Glenn, thank you for getting back to me about Leaside hockey. I just thought that the first speaker we had, we should let her know about the follow-up because how much have we given them? We've given them about $9,000 over the past couple of years.
No, 6,000 plus, 2,000 to 8,000 altogether.
8,000. That's great. I think she should know about that, right? That's great. And we've got Anna's on. Okay. Great. And Sandy McKellar and Stephen. I'm a bit concerned about our speaker, folks. Keeping our fingers crossed here. Bob Vernon, hello. David, have you been in touch with Lisa? Is she
Yeah, she's supposed, I assume she's on tonight.
okay? Great.
Haven't heard anything different to that, but
So I feel like I've been away for a month, but I know I've only been away for 3 weeks. So nice to see everybody again.
good to have you back.
Thank you. And Norma still, I was in Caen, and Norma is in Cane. No, Norma, I was in Caen and Norma was in Cane, Cannes. So, hello, Ganitsi.
Welcome, Jackie. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was Paris? How was the weather?
It was gorgeous. Paris at its
Oh,
best, but
oh,
it's so busy. David, I was just going to say, you are not going to believe how busy it was. It was so busy that, Rue Haussmann, which is right near the main galleries, Lafayette. It was so busy that one of the ladies in our group a guy bumped into her so heavily, she fell and broke her arm at the start of the
oh,
cruise.
Oh
Like
my God.
you just can't imagine how busy Paris is.
oh dear.
It was so nice to get out in the country, and I've heard the same thing about the Amalfi Coast. You're just shoulder to shoulder.
I'm assuming it's going to be pretty busy.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to the US. Everybody's in Europe.
Yeah.
Go to Prague. Well, I was there in 2006. Even then, it was like, holy crap, there's a lot of people here. Holy,
Yeah,
the Charles Street Bridge is like, I don't know if I can take this.
Really?
yeah.
It's
Oh,
on my
yeah.
list.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody has to. That's why, because everybody has to walk across the Charles to get over to
Yeah.
the side where the other
the
part of this.
trick is to not go there during tourist season. That
Yeah.
that is, and don't go there a Friday or Saturday. If you
Oh
do,
dear.
hold in your things. I used to work there.
Really?
Yeah, when I was working in Vienna, my parish was Austria, Czechia, Slovakia, and Hungary.
Wow. Okay.
The
I should
old
have a sit down with you. I'm doing Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. So,
Wow.
I have some tips. Yes, definitely in Vienna, and because I was living there for 5 years, so know where to go and where to not go.
I can certainly give you pointers on Budapest. I was there for a few days. It was
yeah.
an amazing city.
Beautiful city.
Tell me, is Maria Den Austin back from the
I
Netherlands?
yes, I saw her last week,
She was at the in-person last week.
in person
Oh,
last
okay.
week. Yeah.
So she's here for a while?
I didn't ask.
Okay.
Norma away.
Yes,
Norma.
she's still away. She'll be away until I think this end of the first week in June.
Yeah, she will.
I wonder if she's taken in the film festival. It's on now.
Oh, wonder. Ron Denham is on the cruise.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
on the
know if he's
cruise.
back.
Nope,
No,
he's still
just
away.
Nordic. He's at Nordic.
He emailed me today that he wasn't going to make it.
Oh,
Is he back, David?
No,
Mm.
he's still away. And Ron Wild is in
yeah, Bilbao.
Spain,
Bilbao. Yeah,
Bilbao,
in Spain.
yeah. For a month he went.
Yeah,
It's such a wonderful journey.
yeah.
Is he just in Bilbao for a month, or like is he
He
got?
just told me he
No,
wasn't going to be on the call today because he's there. And so I assume he's
I wonder if he's got.
traveling. I don't know.
He's
Wonder if
he
walking
went
the
Spain
walking the
is such a
communion
great
for
trail.
place.
1 month, Jackie. For 1 month, so he will be all around probably.
Oh, I
Is he
thought maybe
walking the trail,
Yeah,
Stephen?
he's walking the trail.
Oh,
the Camino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Bless him.
Bless him, yeah.
I thought maybe he had an artist in residency or something at the Guggenheim.
Mhm.
No.
Okay, Lisa, nice to see you. Well, folks, I am concerned about our guest speaker.
Oh, okay.
We have a new grants. We have a new direct person in charge of our TMU grants. Our previous person has left for U of T, and the new person told me she couldn't make the meeting tonight, but she assured me that the student would be here. I have no way of contacting the student. Normally, when we have one of these meetings, the TMU representative comes and I introduce her, and then she introduces the student. So, however, we have a plan. We have Plan B.
Oh, okay, Plan B, good. Are
We
you
are
administrator?
flexible.
Yes.
Jackie, are you the CAA, CAA, Sergeant of Arms today?
Yeah. Yes. Mhm.
Yes. So after the meeting, ICS has a meeting right after the meeting.
You have an international service meeting?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and so I guess, here's Karina. Wonderful. Hello, Karina.
Just connecting.
Yeah.
And Joe, so nice to see you.
Good to be here.
How's the weather out in the country?
Today it's cool but beautiful, sunny. Little rain in the morning, but that's all.
I'm surprised you're asking that question, Lisa, because you look like you're in the country too.
Oh no, it's just Manitoulin Island behind me. It's that's from last fall, a
Mm,
trip I took with my mom.
good.
I don't go up until Saturday. Get to go feed our children to the black flies. It's the annual tradition.
Well, it's been so cold up there. I was up last weekend and it's been so cold, the black flies are not out yet. So maybe you'll get another weekend in.
Okay, well, fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Karina, are you with us?
Her microphone isn't on yet. There it is.
There you are.
There she is.
Wonderful. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well, now that we have the star of our meeting, we can begin, I think. Okay. Welcome everybody to our evening Rotary meeting. I'd like to start off with an Aboriginal acknowledgement. The Rotary Club of Toronto-Eglinton will begin this meeting by acknowledging that we are meeting on Aboriginal land that has been inhabited by Indigenous people from the beginning. As settlers, we are grateful for the opportunity. I'm getting an echo, David. Okay. I'll start again. As settlers, we are grateful for the opportunity to meet here, and we thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Long before today, as we gather here, there have been Aboriginal people who have been the stewards of this place. In particular, we wish to acknowledge the ancestral traditional territories of the Ojibwe, the Anishinaabe, and in particular the Mississaugas of the New Credit, whose territory we are gathering on today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties. We recognize and deeply appreciate their historic connection to this place. We also recognize the contributions of Métis, Inuit, and other Indigenous people have made both in shaping and in strengthening their community in particular, and our province and our country as a whole. Okay, I'm going to start off by acknowledging some birthdays. A shout out to Chad Fink, whose birthday is May the 13th. I don't think Chad is with us, but I'd like to, on your behalf, wish him a happy birthday. Bill Steele, would you give us a Rotary reflection?
Your microphone, Bill.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. When I came back from Portugal at the end of March, everything had been beautiful in Portugal, and I came home, and day 2, I must have gotten a sickness while I was on the plane, and that sickness really affected every joint in my body to the point where it took me a half an hour to get out of bed in the middle of the night, and that carried on for well over a month, where I could hardly walk, and it was totally debilitating. I couldn't think straight, and after that month, I just said, I've got to enjoy every moment of good health. And so my reflection tonight is to say we all need to enjoy the health that we have, especially when it's good times.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. On that happy note about enjoying good health, does anybody have any happy bucks? I see a
Well,
lot.
I'll give $5 because my health is back.
Okay, thank you for starting us off, Bill. $5. Jim Moore.
Um, our our grandson Noah is in Vietnam for a week and having a wonderful time. So that's worth certainly worth $5.
Right. Thank you, Jim. Anyone else? No? Okay, well, I'll follow Jim Moore. My granddaughter, who's just finishing up 4th year in oceanography at UBC, is on her way to Ireland and Copenhagen for a couple of weeks before she starts her final term at the Bamford Research Center out on Vancouver Island. So these young people really get around, don't they? It's good, and it's a wonderful that they do. All right. If there's no other happy bucks, then
Ismet has her hand up.
oh, Ismet. Oh, sorry, but Ismet.
She's muted though. You have to turn your microphone on, Ismet.
Can't hear you, Ismet.
Turn your microphone on. Ismet, turn your microphone on.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Corner.
okay. I guess we're going to have to We're going to have to just, oh, there you are. Is Matt, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I think I have a connection problem, but hi everyone. I'm happy to be here tonight. And I appreciate again find the time and be here. And I want to give a happy box. Yesterday was my son's birthday. He is 11 right now. And I'm grateful for everything. So I want to give a $10 box for the happy box today.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ismail.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to, I have the pleasure of introducing our speaker today, Karina Brandt. Karina is an MA, a student in social work at the Toronto Metropolitan University, and one of the recipients of the 2025 SAGE Award, which SAGE, by the way, stands for Supporting Aboriginal Graduate Enhancement at TMU. She shares that award with a gentleman by the name of Caleb Wesley, who has completed his environmental applied science and management. It was starting his environmental applied science and management master's at TMU as well. Unfortunately, Caleb couldn't be with us tonight, but we're really happy that Karina is with us. She will talk to you about her career path and how she has and plans to continue her working with her community. But before I turn the microphone over to her, I want to remind members of the origin of the SAGE Award. As I said, I told you what SAGE stands for, and it was originated in 2018 by the Rotary Club of Toronto Eglinton to encourage Indigenous students to pursue graduate studies and increase the number of Indigenous students in academia at TMU. At the time, there were only 11 Indigenous students doing graduate work at TMU. This award was $20,000 a year, was made possible by a gift from an anonymous donor who responded to the 94 calls of action of the Truth and Reconciliation Committee. And she wanted to pay forward a kindness to Rotary that she had received 55 years ago as a Rotary scholar. The scholarship she received helped her travel from Sweden to North America and graduate with a PhD in biochemistry. And she went on to enjoy a long career in the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Toronto. In 2024, the award we ran out of money. But goodwill is contagious. And believing that this award best illustrates Rotary's value of service above self, a member of the Rotary Club of Toronto Eglinton who wishes to remain anonymous and his wife agreed to continue this award for another 5 years. So in 2024, they made a generous donation of $100,000 to keep this award going until 2028. So I'm very happy to introduce Karina Brandt, who will the 2025 award winner. So we'll turn things over to Karina, to you.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you for that, the history there. Appreciate that as well. I wasn't sure what kind of format we were going to do. So I did write a little something up, but I was kind of more interested in maybe taking some questions, things that, about the award or about future recipients and, how it's impacted my life. I kind of wanted to just know what you wanted from me, what kind of questions that you could bring. So I will read this. It's very short. It's just something that I wrote up for being the recipient of this award. So, first and foremost, I want to sincerely thank the Rotary Club for their generosity for investing in students through this award. Receiving this recognition has meant a great deal to me, both financially and personally. Alongside my studies, I've been involved in Indigenous education initiatives and research at TMU. My thesis explored how colonial institutions are engaging with indigenizing and how Indigenous knowledges can be meaningfully incorporated into educational systems. I've also had the opportunity to contribute to projects through the Indigenous Education Council and Indigenous Student Services, which has been incredibly meaningful work for me. Receiving this award has helped relieve some of the financial pressure that comes with graduate studies and allowed me to continue focusing on both my academic work and my community involvement. More than that, it felt very affirming to know that others believe in the work that I'm doing and the direction that I'm moving toward professionally. My goal moving forward is to continue working in community-based social work, particularly in roles that involve advocacy, helping individuals navigate complex systems while maintaining dignity and self-determination. I'm passionate about education and building supportive relationships and contributing to more equitable and culturally responsive services. I'm truly grateful for the support and for the opportunities this award creates for students like me. So once again, thank you for your generosity and for making meaningful difference in students' lives. Now, that's my formal, that's the formal part of it. But what I really wanted to know was more like questions from you all as to like, what do you want to know about the recipients of this award? Or what are you most happy to hear as far as like what we're doing with that or what we're doing, you know, in the future and how it's contributing? So please, if you have any questions, throw them out, even if it's just, you know, something broad that I can speak to. I'd be happy to answer anything you like.
What a great idea.
So,
Glenn.
Marina, what do you see in a perfect world? What do you see as your career path? What would you like to be doing?
Well, right now I'm sticking with education. It's something that I am a mature student. So when I came back to university, a lot of things had changed since I was in school. So it was really hard transition. And I know that there's, you know, a lot of, you know, future students that can relate to that, you know, like getting back into education when you've been gone for so long, you know. So my roles, everything that I took on, was kind of revolving around education. I'm still working with the university in some capacity. I'm still on the Indigenous Education Council. Just at like I have graduated, so right now I'm working with a group at Georgina Island. So I'm going to continue that work, but I would like to get into something that's more policy based. I feel like through my experiences on the Education Council, I was also in Senate as the representing member of the Education Council, and just kind of seeing how certain policies are put in place, what kind of curriculum is put in place, how, you know, how the university is responding to the calls to action and things like that, interested me a lot. And I got to see a lot of the like how certain policies were passed and how they were implemented into the university. There's still obviously a lot of work to do, but I think the more students, the more Indigenous students that can kind of bring a different perspective forward can, you know, ultimately just lead to better, you know, relationships when it comes to Indigenous students, Indigenous faculty, and things like that. Because it's still, I know, I know Jackie was saying there was only 11 students in the beginning. I know there's more of us in the last 4 years I've been there. But it's still a very small portion. It's still a very small percentage. So I think taking away the barriers to education is the only way to get that representation. You know, you have to bring down the barriers in order to be able to have people come in and, like me, get their bachelors, get their masters, and be able to implement some of those things when it comes to like indigenizing or decolonizing, things like that. There's just not enough voices to kind of keep everything going. So I hope to be one of those voices and put my energy into not just the education of Indigenous students, but also educating within the rest of the university what truth and reconciliation means and what that looks like moving forward.
Thank you.
So, Karina, do you see yourself staying in the Toronto area or
You know,
serving elsewhere?
that's actually a long story. And actually, this is a perfect question because it does lead into some of the things as far as like financially, how much this award meant in that time period. And I'm out in Georgina. So on a good day with no traffic, I'm like an hour and 15 minutes away from the university. During rush hour, I'm like an hour and 45 minutes away to 2 hours. So it's a trek. So I like to be closer to York, you know, thinking about, but unfortunately there, besides Seneca, there's no universities in my area. So I was hoping to even get into York Region and maybe work alongside the public schools or the high schools. So it wasn't necessarily, and my focus wasn't necessarily on um, uh, post-secondary. It was really on, you know, any kind of education. So I'm hoping that I can get my foot in the door in York Region. Um, Now, one of the reasons why it was so impactful to me to get this award is because, you know, some people, you know, especially again as a mature student, they think, you know, I was sponsored from my band, which basically means that my band pays for my tuition, but that's all they pay. So when you're thinking about the costs of going to school, that was me quitting my job to go back to school full time. That was me putting my daughter in daycare because I wasn't, you know, like I said, coming from Toronto home, there was no way I was going to make it to pick her up by, you know, 2:30 in the afternoon. So that involved childcare, that involves gas, that involves parking. And if anybody knows Toronto parking, if you can find parking for the entire day for less than $25, like you're doing well. So we're talking about like $100 a week in parking. So it's all these like extra costs that you don't think about. You think, oh, you know, I've been accepted and, you know, oh, I'm going to, you know, get to do all of these learning experiences and have all these opportunities, but you're really sacrificing so many other things to be able to pursue that, right? It's not just the tuition, it's everything that kind of comes with it. And I am married, but we had to go from a double income to a single income for 4 years. And that was like a lot of sacrifice on, you know, my husband's part. He's a very hard worker, but he's he's a roofer, like a flat roofer. So, you know, his bread and butter is through the nice months. And the winter months when I'm in school, it seems to be the toughest time because it really depends on weather, right? When it comes to his position. So we really had to sacrifice a lot to be able to just have me accept my you know, get into that program and be accepted. You know, everybody had to kind of pull together to be able to make that happen. So, you know, with awards like this, it just takes that I didn't have to worry about, oh, okay, I need $100 this week for parking, or I need $250 to put towards my daughter's daycare, you know, like that kind of thing. So it really, I know a lot of I know a lot of students that, you know, are 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old. They don't have the responsibilities that I had as a mature student. You know, I have to pay all of my bills. I have to pay for my insurance. You know what I mean? So it, it was just such a blessing to be able to, like I said in my little letter there, to like just concentrate on school and not be so pressured. And obviously everything is just so much more expensive now. So it's like, you know, it's like you're taking one step forward and two steps back constantly, you know. So
That
I
was
think that,
That was
yeah.
certainly our intention with this award. So we're very, very happy to hear that. So Karina, you have finished your bachelor's and you're starting your master's, or you're finished your
I'm finished both.
you
Yeah.
finished your master's in social work. Okay,
Yes, I went right from the bachelor's to the master's. Yeah.
wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about your work in Georgina?
Well, right now, I am still working with the university, but just more as like a consultant. So I'm still doing that. There is a position that's hybrid, that's doing a little bit of teaching for, it's actually an interesting program where if you don't have the skills to be able to apply to a bachelor's, it's like a little program that you take and it kind of sets you up to be in a university setting.
Sort of upgrading, skills upgrading then?
Exactly. So like how to write an essay or
Good.
how to do, you know what I mean? Like really the building blocks that are going to help you be successful when you return to school or when you're going to university for the first time. So I will be doing that in September. Right now with Georgina Island, I'm just working with family services. Again, I'm just kind of an independent contractor. So I'm just able to kind of go to different places. Sometimes it's regarding education. Sometimes it's involving children's services. Sometimes it's more culturally based. Just kind of wherever I'm needed. I'm hoping to just kind of get some experience on my resume to be able to apply to those positions that I was speaking about earlier when it comes to the policies and creating policies and things like that. Sometimes when you're going into, you know, a government position, it's hard to get in. But once you get your foot in the door, it's like so many other opportunities or other internal postings you can apply to. So I'm trying to beef up my resume to be able to still go along with my, you know, my 5-year plan.
Any other questions for Karina? Okay. Karina, I have lots of questions. I'm notorious for asking questions. I'm a former teacher, so it comes with the territory. Did you know about Rotary before you got this award?
I mean, I did, but I feel like more in a general sense. One of my friends' grandfathers belonged to the Rotary Club of Hamilton, I want to say.
Right. Okay, there's a very active Rotary Club in Aurelia, you're,
Okay.
and I think there's one in uh, Beaverton as well, but I'm not sure. The reason I asked you is that, you know, we say this every time we meet Sage graduates, that because we want to hear how they're maintaining their connection with their own community. And we always say, listen, if you're working on a project, think about Rotary as a partner.
Okay.
This doesn't have to be the end of your Rotary connection. We've been longtime allies of Indigenous work. One of the major Rotary projects dealing with Indigenous folks is something called uh, what's the one that David? What's the word I'm thinking of?
It's HIP, honoring
It's
Indigenous peoples.
right. So HIP takes 25 Indigenous students from all across Canada and 25 non-Indigenous high school students from all across Canada and puts them together for a week in a university setting or college setting. It was out in Kelowna. It's been down in Atlantic Canada. And they deliver a curriculum developed by Indigenous elders.
Mm.
So we've long supported it. We've never really had an Indigenous student because of our location in Toronto. We've supported non-Indigenous students to go. But again, it's kind of, something that we're doing to try to create mutual understanding and support. So think Rotary. When you go back to Georgina, look for those Rotary signs. They're and maybe even think about joining Rotary. Stay connected or bring Rotary Club a project that you have to support. Because
I love that. Thank you so much for that offer. I feel like any kind of relationships that are built, if I'm ever in a position where we can combine our efforts, I mean that's what it's all about, right? So that would be amazing. I'll definitely keep that. I'll keep a pin in that. And if
right.
anything does come up, and vice versa, if there's something that you want to reach out that maybe my expertise would help a project that you're doing, I'd be more than willing to donate some of my time to be able to help with anything that is in my scope.
Well, actually, I don't have your contact information, but
Oh,
I could give your contact information to the HIP organizers, and there might be a role for you to play there. And if you ever get on the Senate again at TMU, tell them to think Rotary. Look, partner with Rotary on their initiatives and other community groups like Kiwanis and the Lions Club and that sort of thing. So, how can we communicate? Can you? If I give I'll give my contact information to Tanya and she can uh,
yeah,
get it to you. Okay,
that's perfect.
that's how we'll stay connected. So,
Yeah, that would be great.
okay, well, this is great. Any other questions for Karina, Lisa?
Sure. Karina, do you mind telling us a little bit about your community in Georgina? I have driven along, I think it's Highway 48, just coming the back way around the east side of Lake Simcoe to get home. So I've driven past that area, but I am very ignorant about your community, how many people are there, what's life like there. So if you just educate me a little.
I'm going to start off by saying this the Chippewas of Georgina Island is actually not my band. That's just the treaty territory that I happen to live on. So my community is actually just outside of Belleville. It's the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte. So most of culturally, that's my community. I do live in Georgina, and I'm doing some work with some different First Nations around here. As far as Georgina Island goes, yeah, it is the Chippewas. There's probably, I want to say, between 200 and 300 people living on the island. Um, of course, the island itself is um, sparse. So, there's the ferry that goes back and forth there. Um, there's, there's a lot to be said for the things that Sutton does, which is kind of like the Sutton would be where you would be to kind of go across to the island. They do have some things throughout the year, friendship center events. They have like a little powwow at the high school there. But I do always say that, if you're interested in anything in the community that you live in or the community that you work in, there's always some kind of friendship center or always some kind of event that's happening. And that's actually a part of some of the other things that I've been doing is that,
Right.
the nations are very welcoming, and sometimes it feels like, others don't want to join it because it's like, oh, that's, for indigenous peoples, or that, you know what I mean? That's for that nation. But it's really amazing to see when community members are coming to these events, because it's like, again, that's what it's all about, is like kind of building the relationships with the islands that you're driving by, or like through the communities that you live. It's like building those bridges, building those relationships. And we're always hoping that more community members are coming to be a part of those things, coming to be a part of powwow, or coming to be a part of any of the events. Like there's quite a few. My personal favorite is the dancing. It's like the hoop dancing. Like it's a really fun show to watch, you know what I mean? So even just doing those kind of things, I feel like is the best learning experience. Me just kind of telling you about the people that live there just doesn't do it justice. It's almost like you have to go and immerse yourself in an event, ask questions. Like everybody is just so welcoming there that like they'd be happy to have anybody come in and ask questions and hang out and see what everything's about. So, I'd like to put that forward. If you are driving by next time, there's always some events that, you can attend, and it will give more in depth in the culture and the people that live there.
Marina, is there a school, an elementary school on Georgina Island?
No, everything is on the mainland.
Okay.
So like I said, there's not too many things on the island. The island is not that big.
But
So
people live there. There are permanent dwellings.
there are permanent dwellings there, yes. But as far as anything else goes, you're not going to McDonald's or to a gas station or anything like that there. Everything you got to take the ferry over.
Well, thank you. This has been really, and thank you for suggesting the format of the meeting. It's been really quite personal. Lisa, can I ask you to formally thank Karina?
Absolutely. Well, Karina, thank you so much for taking your time out of what is clearly a very busy schedule to join us today. I know I'm grateful that we have the ability to support students like you. I know all students struggle. It's an expensive undertaking to take on education, particularly higher education. So I'm really glad that we were able to support you. You're very well spoken. It was a pleasure to listen to your story, and I think that well, we all hope that you will have a fabulous career, and I really would love to see you influence policy and be a voice at the table, because I think you've got a great voice for it. So thank you again for joining us, and I will make an effort to stop in at some point.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity and for coming to Speaking You to here today. And again, this won't be our last interaction.
Great,
okay?
Perfect.
Build that relationship too.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Karina, this we have a short business meeting that follows, but you're welcome to leave us because we know you've got a busy schedule. But if you want to stay and listen to the end of the meeting, you're welcome to do that as well.
I do have my 8-year-old waiting for me, so
okay, all right. We won't
decline that, or she's going to be on her tablet until I get off.
Okay, all right. Okay.
But thank you so much again. I appreciate being here, and I appreciate all of you.
Thank
you.
you. Okay. Let's move on now to the business part of our meeting. President Walter, do you have any announcements?
Not right now. I just want to mention there is somebody that we have in our speaker rotation from the Toronto Club that does want to talk to us about HIP. So it'll carry on this initiative here. But again, I think this person's been pushed and shoved and canceled a few times. So I have to reignite my connections. But yes, somebody does want to speak to us about HIP.
Okay, Walter, I've been hearing that from you a couple of times, so just get onto it because Chad is looking. Chad's looking for speakers, so get in touch with. I think it's Jim Lutet you want to bring, right? Jim Lutet.
I believe, yeah, that's right.
Okay, Jim looted. Okay, so Walter, we don't want to hear anything more about it except
Okay, will do, will
what
do.
date is he coming to speak? Okay, are there any committee reports? No committee.
Nothing. Oh, okay. In terms of our schedule for July and the turnover and such, I did submit another proposal, a little bit different from what was on our list there. I think it went to Lisa and possibly to David. I can't remember, but I responded to one of the emails just, in the last week.
Okay.
We
And
went
it
to
was
Chad. Chad was probably asking.
Okay, so yeah, it was probably essentially July 1st, we have no meeting, obviously, because it's Canada Day. But I was proposing that we have our first meeting for July 8th. That be considered our meeting at the BNR Club. And the second meeting, I guess what, the 15th or whatever it is, will be a Zoom meeting. And again, the 23rd or whatever it ends up being.
Second.
22nd will be also another live meeting. And then the end of the month, whatever meeting that is, will be our our Rotary After Hours. And again, as you probably all know, we have a new location for that, which is just around the corner from the B&R Club. It's just right at that corner.
Okay.
So nobody has responded to my email there from a few days ago, yay or nay, but I think it
I
makes
think you
sense.
just sent it to Chad because I didn't get the response.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because somebody, I just responded to a quick email and said,
We'd already that you're what you're saying is absolutely what we've been saying. So
okay, no, perfect. No,
Okay,
it's all
let's move
good.
on. Community service, any report? Anything to report? Nope. Youth International, Gunitsi, you're having a meeting afterwards. Do you have anything to report to us now? No? Okay. All right. Then
Jackie, can I just talk to the farmers market? So we've got our first weekend filled on the 7th of June, but I'm looking for more volunteers. Thank you to all those people that have actually volunteered their time. We don't need to fill every weekend, but if you are interested in joining us at one of the weekends, that'd be great. And to the committee chairs, one of the things I'd like to introduce this year is to invite our charities, if they'd like to attend, to come and just stay at the booth with us to kind of bring themselves to the community. So that's something to think about. If you're interested in having one of the charities you're supporting in your committees, let me know and we'll arrange some dates.
thanks, David. All right, well, let's see. It's 7:40, so we're in good shape here. I just want to remind you that next week we've got Leora Schaefer. She's going to talk about facing history and ourselves, and that's the organization that we have supported through the Tibor Gregor Fund to provide 2 days of in-service for teachers in classrooms as to how to deal with controversial issues. So next week, Leora is going to turn us into a classroom and practice on us. So it should be, it's going to be activity-based. So yeah, lots of wonderful things happening. I don't know whether Tom showed me the video about the presentation he made at UTS. Wow, all I can say is wow. Norma took the video, but just amazing. And the two students the schools that won the award, I would have thought it would have been Havergal, Upper Canada, whatever. No, it was Francis Lieberman, which is a Catholic high school in North York, and John Fraser Secondary School from Mississauga. So 2 public schools won the award. And Tom probably told you we got a lovely letter from the staff advisor at one of the public schools thanking us for paying so that their students could attend. So that was really, really, I'm just so proud of Tom and Norma for what they did. The video, I don't know, David,
I can post it if we're all right with that.
like to see Tom in front of 600 or 700 kids and they're clapping and they're just And he said afterwards they came up to him and said, "We want to know more about Rotary. We had no idea Rotary was so involved with the United Nations. And yeah, tell us more about Rotary." So it was he and Norma felt just so good about it. Yeah, good stuff. So I've got nothing more to say. Anybody else want to say anything? Neelam, you joined us late.
My apologies. I was
No problem. Did
running
you wanna?
ragged on a number of other things, but
I bet. Okay.
yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else for the good of Rotary, I declare the meeting over.
The ISC will continue, Jackie.
Okay. All righty. Everybody go off.
Anybody wants to join, welcome.
Okay. Thank you.